Chapter 4.1 Simplifying Rational Expressions. A rational expression is an expression in ratio form, a fraction, that has a variable in the denominator. Here's an example of what a rational expression would look like. You are going to be asked to simplify rational expressions. Simplifying a rational expression is just like simplifying a fraction. You know how to simplify a fraction. You factor the numerator, the denominator, and then you cancel the common factors from the numerator and the denominator. Let's take the example 4 over 6. You're going to go ahead and factor the numerator into 2 times 2, and then you factor your denominator 6 into 2 times 3. And then you cancel the common factors. You choose one from the numerator and one from the denominator, and you cross those out, and you have 1 over 1. And your answer then would be 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 3 is 3, and your answer would be 2/3. Now the reason you can cancel these like factors, here in this example, the 2 over the 2, is because when you have the same numerator and the same denominator, the fraction equals 1. Let's take an example. 2 over 2, same numerator, same denominator, it equals 1. X over x, so the same, equals 1. How about x plus 3 over x plus 3? Exactly the same numerator, denominator, equals 1. How about this one? X squared minus 2x minus 3. Same in the numerator, same in the denominator, equals, you got it, 1. You already know this. This is not new to you. You know how to simplify a fraction by canceling the common factors. A question you'd be asked is to simplify the rational expression that you see here. Now that rational expression is just a fraction that has variables. You know how to simplify fractions. The name of the game in this chapter, folks, is factoring, factoring, factoring. Everything you do, you are going to factor as best as you can. Look at the numerator in our example. We factor that numerator and that denominator. And after we factor them, we take a look to see and check for common factors from the numerator and from the denominator. Now I see an x plus 1 over an x plus 1. You can see that right here. Now x plus 1 is a factor, and x plus 1 here is a factor. So you can choose one from the numerator, one from the denominator. What I do is I go ahead and cross them both out, and I will put a 1 there. Why? Because remember, anything over itself is a 1. So now I multiply the x minus 3 times the 1 and get x minus 3. And I multiply the x plus 5 times 1 and I get x plus 5. And now that is your answer, x minus 3 over x plus 5. Now the one thing that some of you do, and you have a tendency to do this, is to come over here and looking at this trinomial, you forget that everything here is attached. You come over and you will want to cancel out these common x squareds. Well, x squareds here are not factors. It's just a trinomial, attached, terms attached. Your factors here are the two binomials. You cannot go ahead and just cross out these x squareds. And you can just not go ahead and reduce this 2 over 6. Remember the name of the game, folks, factor, factor, factor. You'd get a better understanding of how all this works if you go ahead and watch your lecture videos and then work some problems. The concept of simplifying rational expression is used throughout this chapter. Please don't hesitate to go to the online tutors or contact me for any help. This is the end of the video.